Hello, beautiful people, and welcome to another video, and welcome to my classroom. So this video obviously is a day in the life of a teacher while I'm at school. My contract hours start at 8:45. So when I get in at 8:45, first thing I do is update my boards, changing the date. And this is like, compared to my last school, this board is huge. So I have to actually write the date on both sides of the board. And on that side that you guys cannot see, I'm also counting up to the 100th day of school, so I had to update that as well. And I'm just going to give you guys the best, I guess, look into my day that I possibly can. Of course, being respectful to not show the kids' face and all that, you know, the normal stuff. So the first thing that I do every morning is I listen to my gospel devotionals. Like, I have to listen to music because I can't be in my room quietly. And I check the books for the classes that I have that day. I make sure that all of the books are graded up. Everybody has the notes that will go with the work that we're doing. Or I have all of the books so that when we move on to the next topic, nobody can say they don't have their book or they can't find it. I do this every single morning. Check all of the books for the day. Make sure everything is up to date. And all of my grades are in my grade book. My mornings, Monday through Thursday, start with grade 6. I put them first thing so that I can get them in and get them out early. So this group of grade 6 on this day, we were learning Spanish-speaking countries in South America and the one in Africa. And we started with a video. I love videos with music, especially repetitive videos, because it does such an amazing job of sticking the vocabulary in their head. Although this was at the end of the lesson, so we already went through notes. We went through looking at each country individually. We went through looking at their flag. We went through looking at what they're known for, or the landscape, the architecture, the music, the art. I like to give them everything about these countries, like the animals and everything. Then we played a game. Then I lined them up. If you did a good job, at the end of the day, you get a high five. If you did not do a good job, at the end of the day, you get nothing. And I make it public that you get nothing. But what I was doing with this class also was they had to tell me a Spanish-speaking country and its capital in order to leave. These were the last ones. Even though they had their notebooks, they could not get it done. But eventually they did. I didn't record any of my lunch, but after my first class of the day, the next break is the lunch break. And then after lunch, I transitioned into my next class, which is the 4th graders. And on this day, they were learning numbers from 0 to 31. So we started with them taking their notes. And then that grade 4 is a more fun level for me to teach because this is their first time in Spanish. So I get to make it a bit more fun and like attractive for them versus grade 5 and 6. They've done it before and they have a baseline understanding of the language. So for them, it's more getting the work done because they have the baseline already. But for grade 4, they come to me as quote unquote empty vessels, like blank slates, and I get to build their foundation. But similar in the fact that we all have work to do. So they wrote their number notes. We looked over the question, ¿Qué número es este? And then we did a bit of practice with the question. And then we moved on to the second question, which is ¿Cuántos años tienes? How old are you? And we did some practice with that as well before we played a game. And then I allowed them to count. They had to say that the order that they were leaving in Spanish. So the first person had to say uno, dos, tres, cuatro. And thankfully, this class has exactly 31 students. So we were able to go through all of the numbers before they had to leave. And when this class leaves, the next class I have, which is my last class of the day, is normally grade 5. But they stretch my spirit man to the max. So there's no clips of grade 5. Just bad memories. Just bad memories of grade 5. So I'll see you guys when the day is over. Y'all, officially, the day is over. There's no kids. Today was one of those days where I understand why some teachers turn to the bottle. It's something about my last class of the day, that's grade 5. Pray my strength in the Lord. That last class, they make me want to risk it all sometimes, you know? But through God, with God, due in part 2, well, doing full, I need to get water. To God, I made it through the day and I'll have to see them for another week, which is so like, that's one of the parts of teaching that I never expected, right? I've had poor classes, but I've never had a class to where I've been like, well, thank God I don't have to see them again until next week. Like, I've never dreaded a class. I've never had that experience. And so the fact that
that's where I am now. Top of year 5 teaching. I don't know what to think about that, because I feel like obviously you're not gonna love every class, you're not gonna love every student. Even though I tell my students I love them all equally, you're not going to love them all, especially not equally. But today was just a day, and I'm glad that it's over. So I am packing up. I'm going to treat myself to this ice bar. I think it's like 30 calories. I'm gonna drink my bottle. I'm going to not drink my bottle, drink my water while I pack up, and then just leave and breathe. So breathe easy, because that last class, pray for me. Listen, and don't just pray for me, pray for every teacher. Not even just the teachers you know, pray for all of them. Pray for the teachers in your state, in your country, in your island, worldwide. Pray for us, please, because it's definitely a fight. If you guys like this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, subscribe so you don't miss more videos like this from me, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye guys.